Across the quiet lakes and gentle rivers of Europe, there is a scene that feels almost timeless. Early in the morning, when the mist still floats over the water and the world is calm, a graceful white bird glides across the lake with quiet confidence. Behind it, several small gray chicks follow carefully, copying every move. This is the story of the mute swan, one of Europe's most iconic and elegant water birds, and the remarkable way it teaches its young to survive. The mute swan is widely recognized for its beauty and calm presence. With its long, curved neck, bright white feathers, and orange beak bordered with black, the mute swan has become a symbol of elegance in peaceful natural landscapes. Despite its name, the mute swan is not completely silent. Instead of loud calls like other swan species, it communicates with softer hissing sounds and wing beats that echo across the water. One of the most beautiful places where this bird can often be observed is the region of Hesse in Germany. Here, lakes, rivers, and wetlands create the perfect habitat for swans to nest and raise their young. Calm waters, thick vegetation, and safe shorelines provide the environment necessary for a swan family to grow. But what appears to be a peaceful family outing is actually something much more important. For young swans, known as cygnets, these early weeks are a period of intense learning. Every movement on the water is a lesson in survival. Mute swans have lived across Eurasia for thousands of years. Historical records suggest that these birds were once carefully protected by European nobility. In medieval England, swans were considered royal birds, and many were owned by the crown. Killing a swan without permission could lead to severe punishment. This tradition shows just how valued these birds were in European culture and history. Today, mute swans can be found across much of Europe and parts of Asia. They have also been introduced into other regions, including North America, but their natural homes remain the rivers, wetlands, and lakes of Europe. When spring arrives, swans begin building nests along quiet shorelines. These nests are large piles of reeds, grass, and vegetation, often hidden in tall plants near the water's edge. The female swan lays several eggs, which both parents help protect. Swans are known to be extremely protective during this time, and they will aggressively defend their nests from predators. After about 5 weeks, the eggs hatch, revealing small gray cygnets covered in soft down feathers. Unlike their parents, they are not white at birth. Their gray coloring helps them blend into their surroundings, protecting them from predators such as foxes, large birds, or other animals that might hunt young birds. From the very first day, the cygnets follow their parents everywhere. This behavior, known as imprinting, allows them to learn quickly. The parents lead them across the water, showing them where to find food and how to move safely through their environment. One of the most fascinating skills young swans must learn is a feeding technique known as upending. This is when the swan tips its body forward, raising its tail in the air while dipping its head underwater. By doing this, the swan can reach plants growing at the bottom of shallow lakes or rivers. At first, the cygnets struggle with this technique. Their small bodies make it difficult to balance in the water, but by watching their parents, they slowly learn how to do it correctly. Over time, the movement becomes natural and they are able to gather their own food. Aquatic plants are the primary food source for mute swans. These include waterweed, pond plants, and other vegetation growing beneath the surface. Occasionally, they may also eat small aquatic animals, but plants make up the majority of their diet. The learning process continues for months. While the cygnets grow quickly, they remain under the protection of their parents for the most of their first year. During this time, they develop strong swimming abilities and learn to recognize potential dangers. Their transformation is also remarkable to watch. The soft gray feathers they are born with gradually change over time.
By their second year, most young swans develop the bright white plumage that makes the species so recognizable. Swans are also known for their strong family bonds. Many swan pairs mate for life, forming long-term partnerships that can last many years. Together, they raise multiple generations of cygnets and defend their territories along lakes and rivers. Watching a swan family glide across calm water might seem like a peaceful moment in nature, but it represents something much deeper. Every movement, every feeding attempt, and every gentle push from the parents is part of a learning process that prepares the young birds for independence. In places like Hesse, where lakes reflect the sky and wildlife thrives along the shorelines, these quiet lessons of nature continue year after year. So the next time you see a swan family floating silently across the water, remember that you are witnessing more than just a beautiful scene. You are watching a classroom in motion, one where nature itself is the teacher, and every ripple in the water carries a lesson for the next generation.